Hello, Editing Alyssa here to tell you that the video you're about to watch is like 3 weeks pre-filmed or something like that, so I still have long hair, but it's a tag video so it can go up at any time, so hope you enjoyed the video. Hey guys, it's Alyssa here, and today I shall be doing the Boujee Booktuber tag. This tag was created by the lovely Olive over at A Book Olive. I will link her original video down below. I love her channel so much. She is one of my favorite booktubers of all time. I love watching her. When I saw that she created this tag, I knew I had to do it. Also, I thought I could definitely offer a different perspective to this tag that I feel like I wouldn't see a lot, so that's why I wanted to do it. First question is, what is your average monthly budget for buying books? $0, to be completely honest. If you know anything about my channel, if you've watched my channel before, you will see that I don't haul many books anymore. If they were books that I bought on the cheap. That's always been me though. I've always been a budget book buyer. I've never been the type of person who has ever walked into a bookstore and just bought books. That's never been my thing. Even when I worked in a bookstore and I got a really good discount, I still didn't buy books. I've always been cheap about it. It's just always been my thing. Also, I'm disabled and I'm poor. Question number 2 is, what is the most you ever spent in a bookstore? Ooh, that's a hard one. Can't imagine it's ever been more than $30, probably. I can't ever have seen myself spending more than $30. Again, my big book buying has always been used bookstores, thrift stores, library book sales. It would have been years ago, not anytime recently. So yeah, but that's probably the most that I would have ever spent. Question number 3 is, are you willing to pay full price for a brand new release, or will you wait till you have a coupon or there's a sale? Even before, when I was buying books on a regular basis, I mostly would wait for sales or just find them used. That was really mostly how I bought books. Question number 4 is, would you rather buy one new book or several less expensive used copies? Definitely several used copies. There has yet to be a book that's ever been released on the face of this planet where I'm like, I would rather read this one singular book, own this one singular book in my collection, than buy less expensive copies. That's just like never been a thing. If you can't tell from my channel, this year has been a little bit different, but I've always more relied on backlist than new releases. The only way I would ever be up to date on new releases, and even then it's not like YA new releases, it's like graphic novel new releases for me, is through the library. Question number 5 is, what do you think is a reasonable price for a new hardback book, a paperback, an ebook? I hate how our books are released. I hate that hardcovers come out first. I wish it was the other way around. I wish they would release paperbacks first, and then if people wanted to own a more stable or nicer version of the book, that then the hardback would come out a little bit later or at the same time or something like that. I hate that hardcovers come out first. I really, really hate that. I don't know what a reasonable price is for that type of thing. I don't work in the publishing industry. I don't know how much goes into it. There's kind of the whole discussion of, like, I guess it would be like you're paying for someone's time and work and their creation. So I don't know what would be a good price for that. I definitely think that hardcovers across the board should be a universal price, that giving me an extra inch on the top of the book shouldn't cost me an extra $10. I shouldn't have to pay $27 for these type of hardcovers and then like $20, like $18, $16, $20 for these. I don't think that it should be that much of a variation. Paperbacks, I think paperbacks are perfectly finely priced, honestly. Like, I would be definitely willing to walk into a store and pay $10 for like a paperback. Now I'm thinking more like YA paperbacks. I do know that like regular fiction paperbacks are like $15. And again, it should be one price. It shouldn't be young adult, which is the same size as a fiction paperback, is sometimes $5 to $10 cheaper than a regular fiction one that's like the same size. What? It doesn't make any sense. Ebooks, I actually really liked how Olive went into this, and I think you should watch her video down below because she so eloquently talks about it. And it wasn't something that I'd ever thought about because I don't buy ebooks, but I think she really, really well touches upon how there's a huge like price gouging when it comes to ebooks. And the next question is a signed book worth more to you? How about a first edition? A first edition definitely isn't worth more to me. It depends on what we mean by is a signed book worth more to you. I would pay more money if I got to meet that person and get it signed. The most money I've ever dropped on books is books that I bought in store going to an event. I wouldn't necessarily pay more money for a book that somebody else went and got signed or something like that, or someone was like selling it again. I would put value on like my experience of meeting them in that signature than the signature itself. The next question is, what is your most valuable book, sentimental or actual value? Ooh, that's a hard one. This is not one that I expected that I would just pick, but it does really have a lot of attachment to it, and probably why I've kept it all these years, and that is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Wow, I've had this book a long time. This is a signed first edition. I bought it right when it came out. My friend at the time, I think she bought it and she was like, oh my gosh, you haven't read anything by John Green, you should buy it, like, oh my god. So she bought me the copy, and this was the first signed book that I'd ever owned, so that was like a big deal to me. And it was one of the very first times that I read a book and like talked to people in life, in real life, like with friends, and like talked about it and delved into it, like that fangirl feeling over. This was that first book for me. This was, when I think of like me reading in my teens, this was one of the first books. This was like a big moment for me, was this book. I also like brought it on vacation with me, and like I remember reading it on vacation and crying on vacation, and it's like weird now because like I was visiting New Jersey at the time, and I cried reading it, and it was like weird because I was on vacation, but like now I live here. It's like so many things attached to this book. I think anything could ruin how much this book meant to me, and the movie, and just all of it was just a huge part of my teens, and I really love that. The next question is, will you pay more for a cover or edition you like better? Ooh, probably. If it's a book I've read before and I want to own so badly, I would hands down buy the prettier cover. Question number 9 is, what physical characteristic does a good quality book have? Ooh, thick pages would be one. I hate thin pages. The Bible Thin Pages in Winter by Marissa Meyer, I want to inflict physical violence upon that book for the fact that the pages are so thin. I don't know what other characteristics would like qualify a good quality book. Paperbacks, it would definitely be like, honestly, the better quality paperbacks are like the thick and glossy ones, like this cover of Bitter Blue. Like all of these covers for the Graceling trilogy are much nicer than like the Shatter Me series that I have, because they're like matte and gross. I think that's it. I think those are the only ones I can think of. Question number 10 is, if you won the lottery, what bookish things would you do with the money? I would definitely donate a huge portion to my local library, because right now they make me read as much as I do and give me that ability. And I would definitely go back and donate to the library that I used to have in Florida. That library did a lot for me. I used to volunteer at that library. That library will always be like my childhood library, and I just have such fond memories of that library and the librarians there. So I would definitely like make a donation there. And like just like for funsies, I would definitely flesh out my collection and buy things that I read from the library that I really enjoyed. The bonus question is, give an image, actual or mental, of your dream home library. So dream home library, in reality, I kind of have it right now. I currently have bookshelves in our spare room that no one's ever in because it's a spare room that I get to film in, and my bookshelves are in, and they get to be together, and all my books get to be together, and in reality, that's all I could have asked for. Eventually, I would like to get an ottoman for in here. I already have a chair in here, and get a little table and kind of make it where I can come and read in here, but already it's more than I could have ever dreamed of. In my dreams that'll never happen, I would love to have built-in shelves with a ladder and a window seat. Those are just what true dreams are made of. If you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. I really enjoyed making this tag. If you enjoyed it, let me know down below. I post bookish videos every single week, so you can go ahead and subscribe. All of my other social media will be linked down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye.